all comes down to this. Quick shots out of both of our alliances. Our blue alliance focusing on that midline, trying to gain the advantage in this autonomous period. We're going to come out of autonomous with some high scores. 31 for each alliance. Now we see our teams switch back to their teleop strategy. 33 is going to play that corner game again. 60-78, the Holt Robo-Rams playing defense on our Red Alliance robots, trying to make their cycles more difficult and starve that 33 machine. We've got a amplification for the Red Alliance. Each of those notes is going to be worth extra points. 54-60, making quick work of another short cycle. They make it to the midline and send a note flying for their Canadian captains. These scores keep flipping back and forth as notes are scored by each of these alliances. Blue Alliance leads 65-55. 70-11 looking to close the gap as they deliver notes to their alliance captain. One minute remaining and 3 points separate these two alliances. Advantage has flipped to red. 54-06 looking to close the gap with another quick score. So much of crescendo comes down to timing and what these teams can do when the speaker is amplified. 33 coming to tussle with the Holt Robo-Rams. Heavy collisions between friend and foe alike as we come down to our final seconds. 88-87, 20 seconds left to play. We're seeing notes reintroduced to the field by our human players. It's a feeding frenzy on either side. It's gonna be too close to call. Red pulling ahead.
Well, all 6 robots working, and that was an incredible match. I think with 3 seconds left, the live score was tied. Until we see the scores, I don't know what happened.
That's the match we've been waiting for. That was insane, and I love it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see who wins. Great job to both alliances. It was back and forth. The amplified cycles were happening at the exact same time for both alliances. While we're waiting for the score, let's take a look at the replay real quick. Coming out of autonomous mode, it seemed like the Blue Alliance was going to have the advantage, and Red Alliance right at the last second, if I recall, came and it was tied coming out of autonomous mode. You can see Blue brings up the score really quickly, but Red comes back, and Red and Blue leaving a lot of rings and missed opportunities from autonomous mode, and there we are tied 31-31 coming out of autonomous.
And I think when you just lost a match because you had shooting issues, coming out of Auton and seeing it go through the basket, kind of like the NBA, like you just get some confidence built there and you're rolling into the rest of the match feeling better about your robot.
We have defenders going against each other right over here in the passing zone of the Red Alliance. You can see there's lots of pinning, lots of counting. Everybody just trying desperately to get rings. You can see both Celtex and the Bees really being starved for rings. We never until the very end of the match saw a ton of rings on either side of the field, and that is because the passing robots on both alliances were getting disturbed all of the time. You can see 33, anytime they didn't have a ring, was overplaying, taking the defensive role so that they could keep the 2 other partners in the passing role.
Yeah, and I think I like what you saw with the Celtex. You know, they took what was given to them. So they were either stealing notes if those were on the floor, or they were going to pick them up, and they were just very versatile in their play. So they kept it close throughout that entire match.
Yeah, right now, blue having the advantage with all of these rings on the field, about to go into an amplification cycle. Red now having to play defense and catch up over here. So with 48 seconds left in the match, we're virtually tied 76-77. And again, not a lot of rings on the field. Really, both alliances protecting those rings and scoring them as soon as they make it to the area. This ring was actually pretty contested, and 2 red robots that came after it, well, to keep it from going to a blue robot in the middle of the field. So now we have 24 seconds left, and again, 1 point separating these two alliances. It was back and forth. Red finishes an amplification cycle. Blue is about to start one, and then look at all of these rings on the red side of the field and all of these rings on the blue side of the field.
Yeah, 15 seconds left, and it descended into complete chaos. There were rings all over the ground, flying through the air. It was hard to tell who was going to pull that out. Just so much going on everywhere.
And it looks like with the live scoring, Red pulled ahead at the end of the match, but we don't know if that's accurate. So no scores are finalized until they come up on the screen, and we see that little racing graphic. So still don't know who the winner of Rainbow Rumble is going to be.
What we do know is we have 2 teams that fought like crazy, played amazing, and one of them is certainly going to earn that banner.
Yeah, this has been an amazing tournament, and I can't wait to see the final score. So we are going to throw it back to the field. They're going to have scores for us in just a second. It has been an absolute pleasure to be on the desk with you, Rob, and with all of our guests today. Thank you so much to everybody that's watching the screen and everybody in the venue for tuning in all weekend and having a crazy set of matches to end our event.
Yeah, an amazing event. It's not always about the robots, but the robots were fantastic. And just, again, having an event like this is so awesome to see.
All right, let's head back to the field to find out who our winners are.
All right, we've got our scores. Now, will I have your attention, your undivided attention? We have our date set for Rainbow Rumble 4. We are going to be coming back next year at Mason High School, July 25th through 27th of 2025. We hope to see you there. It's going to be amazing again. And now to see who our defending champions will be, let's look at our scores. We've got a Red Alliance victory, 119 to 117.